Hey everybody, this is D Hunter bringing another action figure review. Today we're going to be looking at the Neca Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie foot soldier action figure. I believe this will be a GameStop exclusive. These foot soldiers have already been released. They were a San Diego Comic-Con 4-pack Splinter, Shredder, and foot soldier exclusive set that was absolutely amazing. When I bought that set, I knew I had to track down some more foot soldiers. Neca is notorious for making those Comic-Con exclusives and then releasing them later at GameStop as singles. I expected them to do this. Shortly after Comic-Con, they announced they were going to do this. They did this, and here they are. I pre-ordered these at GameStop.com a long time ago. This is both the melee weapons and the blade weapons pack. Of course, I got these with the intent to army build. So I did end up getting 6 of these guys, 3 of each. One noticeable thing I want to add about these figures, these come with just a tiny bit more accessories than the Comic-Con versions. The Comic-Con versions, you got 2 figures in the pack, but they only came with enough gripping hands that you had to share between the 2 figures, which I found extremely annoying as I wanted them to be able to hold their weapons at the same time. These guys here all come with 2 sets of hands, which is really nice. I was really hoping they were going to do that. So let's go ahead and check out the packaging here. Here's the melee version. Here he's in the package. Foot soldier looking excellent just from the film. We'll check out his weapons when we open him. Looks like some alternate hands. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. At the top here, Ninja Turtles. Side here, you can see the foot soldier just sort of standing there, ready to fight. Other side, a couple different poses from him. At the bottom, there is a barcode, in case anybody needs that. Really hard to read that, but this is a GameStop exclusive. You can get them on their website pretty much right now. Backside here, just a few different poses from the foot soldier, as well as the movie Turtles. Great line. I can tell you I'm extremely impressed with this line. And then here's the other guy here, the blade version. Here's his barcode. Backside here, pretty much same thing, just some different poses from him. So no further ado, let's open these guys up. Alright, now that we got these guys out of the package, here they are with all their accessories laid out, and these guys are loaded with accessories. These foot soldiers are great, they look great in a big unit, army building, specialty. When I got these guys back with the 4-pack from Comic-Con, they were just absolutely fantastic, blew me away, so much better than I ever expected. When the film Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out, I said to myself, I have got to get a Foot Clan for my Batman world. So these guys come loaded with accessories, like I said. Each one of them has a total of 4 alternate hands, totaling 6 interchangeable hands. I'm happy to say there are 2 gripping hands for each of the foot soldiers. They all come with an alternate bandana back as well. The melee versions come with 1 large bow staff, 2 different nunchucks, and then 2 smaller nightstick type items. And then the bladed versions come with a large axe, 2 sais, and a sword. Like I said, loaded with accessories, loaded with great detail. So let's go ahead and check out the figure before we look at the accessories. So look at his head here. He's got the Foot Clan logo on his bandana. You probably can't see it very well. The eyes, great, just like the movie Bug-Eyed. Got that little mesh on there, just looks fantastic. Whole bunch of little dots here where the mouth is. Very movie accurate, just looking great. Nice ninja outfit. This guy can be a ninja for your turtles, for all kind of different uses. His gauntlets here look great. Looks like he's got double jointed elbows. Ninja suit is fantastic. He's got some kind of cloth belt here. You can probably tuck weapons in there. His ninja sort of boots for silence. This guy looks fantastic. There is pretty much no difference between the melee and bladed version besides their accessories. And here are these figures broken down as far as they can go with all the removable parts detached. Their hands come out, the back of their bandana comes out, and their forearm armor comes off as well. Next, let's check out their accessories. Here on the left is the melee version's accessories, and on the right are the Blade version's accessories. They both come with 6 identical hands, 2 identical bandana pieces, 2 pieces of forearm armor. The differences are the melee version has a large staff, 2 batons, 2 nunchucks. The Blade version has an axe, a sword, and 2 sais. Like I said before, the figures are identical. There are just different accessories to choose from. So, let's start off with the boring stuff. Let's reattach their forearm armor. And this thing looks pretty cool. It's bendable, soft material, wraps around their wrists, then the hands plug in on top of that. So let's check out their hands as well. Here they are wearing their fisted hands. Here they are with their most relaxed pair of hands with their fingers outstretched. Here they are with their semi-open gripping hands. These are my favorite pair of hands for them. These are going to be my default, mainly used hands, mainly because these guys come with a ton of great accessories. I want them to be able to hold them and fight the turtles, and these gripping hands can double up as fists with ease. Here are their 2 alternate bandana pieces. I personally prefer the default one they came with attached on the right hand side. And here they are wearing the 2 different alternate bandanas. They're not too different, just depends on your preference. Next, let's check out their weapons. Here's the set for the melee version. Staff, 2 nunchucks, 2 batons. Here he is holding his staff. He can either hold it with 2 hands or with just 1. And I absolutely love how between both releases of the Foot Soldier, you get all 4 of the same weapons that turtles use. The staff, the sais, nunchucks, and swords. Here's Donatello in a big staff war with a bunch of foot soldiers. And here he is holding his batons. And here he is holding his 2 different sets of nunchucks. They're definitely different. You can see this one here. It's got an actual chain. It's got some metal bumps on the handle, and they're actually sculpted on there. And then this one on the other side, a little bit more basic, plain black. Got a little bit of bendy wire here, so you can't pose it. Do be careful. I had a lot of issues with Michelangelo's breaking here, but if you're careful enough, they can be posed and hold that position. And he's got this cloth sash along his waist, which allows you to stow away or store his nunchucks there. And here's Michelangelo taking on several of his fellow chuckers. So next, let's look at the Blade Foot Soldier's accessories. He's got a sword, 2 sais, and an axe. Here he is holding his 2 sais. And like the nunchucks, you can holster or set aside his sais onto his belt or sash. And here's Raphael taking out a bunch of foot soldiers, wielding sais. Here he is holding his sword, which can be held by either 1 hand or 2 hands. And I don't think it works quite as well as the sais or the nunchuck, but you can holster his sword in his sash as well. And here's Leonardo in a sword battle with some sword-wielding foot. Here he is holding his axe, which can also be held by either 1 hand or 2 hands, like so. And then speaking of accessories, one thing that the Comic-Con version came with that these ones did not come with is this weapons rack. This thing is really, really sweet. And now that we have even more weapons to add onto it, here it is, loaded to the gill with weapons. We've got 4 staffs, a sword, and the axe. Really nice display holder. So I mentioned earlier getting the Comic-Con 4-pack that included 2 foot soldiers. Liking them so much, I went to Army Build a Foot Clan. This gives me a total of 8 foot soldiers now. They look fantastic as a group. Put their leader Shredder in the middle, and you've got yourself a great Shredder and Foot Clan from this Turtles film. And then here's Shredder with all of his foot soldiers, geared up, weaponed up, ready for war. Next, let's check out the height of this figure. So this guy here, from bottom to top, sitting at about 6.75 inches tall, which translates to about 17 centimeters. Next, let's check out this guy's articulation. So starting with his head here, of course he can rotate from side to side, can tilt a little bit, giving us a nice personality, can look down that far, which is pretty impressive, and up that far, also very nice. He does have a ball joint at the bottom of his head, between his neck area, where it can rotate around, do all that fun stuff. He also has articulation at the base of his neck, where it connects to his chest. You can kind of see, can rotate, and go in and out as well. His headband is articulated. You can move it from side to side, depending on how he's leaning or attacking. Shoulders on a ball joint. Think about this far, a little bit less than 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that fun stuff. Slightly obstructed by a shoulder pad here. It is made of soft material, so you can kind of push through it a little bit. He's got double jointed elbows. There's a bit of plastic between his bicep and forearm area here. Has articulation both the top and the bottom. Here's the top part going in. Then here's the bottom part going in, giving it a little bit more of a 90-degree bend. In addition to that, we can swivel at the top. You can also swivel at the bottom. His wrist can swivel around. It's hinged as well. He's got really no articulation in his chest area here. Seems to be one solid piece. He does have a ball joint at the base here. Allow him to rotate from side to side. Then he can also go forward and back as well. Give him a nice little range of motion here. His legs go out not quite 90 degrees, but a pretty impressive amount. There's a ball joint inside of here. The legs themselves can move a little bit independently of the ball joint, giving a little bit of extra articulation there. Then go forward about that far, back about that far. Single jointed knees, they go in a little bit less than 90 degrees. And of course there's a swivel at the top there. Actually it's double jointed. Bottom part's a little bit stuck on that one. A little rough, but you can see you can go in that far. Double joint knees. And like I said before, there's a swivel at the top there. His feet go up, down. They can't really rotate in the traditional fashion, but they can sort of tilt and rotate at the same time. Next, let's look at reuse. Of course, all the foot soldiers use the same bodies, but Shredder shares a lot of the same parts as well, and you really can't tell by looking at them. So from the bottom, their feet are definitely identical. Their legs are identical, but Shredder has this added sort of spikes and armor. So far, everything's the same. Looks like they're exactly the same up to their waist. And honestly, it looks like they use the same torso area. The arms are the same. The hands are perhaps a little bit different. Looks like Shredder's gripping hole's a little bit smaller than the foot soldiers. So if I were to guess, it looks like everything's the same, minus the hands and really the head, with a bunch of added spikes and armor on Shredder. Next, let's check this guy out compared to some other action figures, starting off with some other Ninja Turtle figures. But before we do that, let's just take another look at this guy. I mean, this guy looks great. Look at his face, all the different texture on his suit. The sculpting details are amazing. I love his eyes, I love his mouth, I love the foot logo on his bandana. He's got another foot logo on his hand here. I mean, just the suit, the armor, everything about this guy looks great. It's a great army builder figure, and he just looks fantastic. So first of all, here's the foot soldier next to the 1990 Neca movie Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. 2 thumbs up to these figures. And here's the foot soldier with the Shredder and Splinter 4-pack. One year we got the movie Turtles. The next year we got Shredder, Splinter, and a couple foot soldiers. This foot soldier that I got 6 of is simply a re-release of the foot soldier from this pack. And I'm so happy to finally have my Foot Clan complete. Really hoping we'll see another 4-pack with Casey Jones, April O'Neil, Tatsu, and maybe Raphael in a trench coat or something. And then here are all 8 of my foot soldiers together. Got the Clan of the Foot. Really hoping they'll have Tatsu to lead them eventually. And here he is next to the DC Collectibles Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated film action figures. Really cool movie. Pretty cool figures, especially how the turtles are all unique in the way they look. But these guys are scaled a little bit shorter than the Neca figures. Here we are, nice little action scene in the city. We've got the turtles taking on the entire Foot Clan. You see Michelangelo and Raphael in this building over here. Meanwhile, on the other building, we've got Leonardo taking on some Foot, Donatello, and Shredder commanding them on what to do. And here's Shredder and his Foot Clan in the middle of the city streets. Really hoping they'll give us a Tatsu to add to the army. Next, let's check him out compared with some other various ninja action figures. Here he is with 3 Mask of Tengu Batman figures. These are from DC Direct Nightfall. These are some nice Bruce Wayne training in his ninja outfit. Here he is next to 6 Hasbro Marvel Legends Ronin figures. Here he is next to 8 different Mafex Ra's al Ghul Batman Begins League of Shadows members. And here's one of these foot soldiers with 16 different DC Direct and DC Collectibles Arrow League of Shadows members. Next, let's check him out compared to some different action figure lines from various companies to see how he fits in both scale and style wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Here he is next to some of his Neca brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines from Neca. And here he is next to some DST or Diamond Select toys. And then with some McFarlane Toys action figures. And here he is with some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. Here he is next to some Mattel wrestling figures. And here he is next to some Mezco 1/12 cloth soft goods action figures. Then next to some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures. And here he is with some Mafex figures. Then next to some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is next to some SH Figure Arts action figures. And then with some Jazzwares figures. So overall, I'm going to say this foot soldier is great. Every detail is on point with this guy. His paint is crisp. His articulation is great. His sculpt is fantastic. All the little texturing in his suit, the mesh on his eyes, just everything is great about this guy. This entire line, in fact, is fantastic. From the Turtles to Shredder, Splinter, and now the Foot Soldiers. And who would have thought the Foot Soldiers look even better in a group? If you guys have any interest in getting the Foot Soldier, I suggest you get it now. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's going to make an entire Foot Clan. These guys will sell out. They will not be available in the long run. Get it while the getting's good. If I were to rate this figure, I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. This is a very nice action figure. So thank you for watching this video. This is D Hunter. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add it to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.